Hello, my name is Melanie Thunander, and I will be doing my theory presentation over Vygotsky and his sociocultural theory. Lev Vygotsky was born in 1896 into a Russian Jewish family. He received a degree in law from Moscow University. He had an interest in language and literature in his later work on cognitive development. He eventually created a book called Thought and Language that was published in Russia in 1834 and then in English in 1962. Vygotsky's theory helps us to form ideas about social development in our ever-changing world. So for general orientation of Vygotsky's theory, these are separated into concepts. So, child and activity in cultural context. Children are always embedded in some culturally infused context. Zone of proximal development. For this is separated into two different levels. One is the actual development level, so what the child can do, and then potential development, which is with guidance from an adult or an older peer. The mediation of intellectual functioning by tools provided by culture. This is a self-shaping process by helping children learn how to use their cultural, psychological, and technical tools to help them think and connect with activities that are in their culture. Sociocultural origins of mental functioning. This is a child and adult interaction between each other that becomes internalized in a child's mind. So the research that Vygotsky preferred was a dynamic assessment of a child's potential development levels rather than a statistic assessment of their levels. A dynamic assessment measures a child's readiness or their potential for learning rather than completing the intelligence test and looking at those results. His position on developmental issues for human nature, it is created in a medium of culture and can only be understood in a cultural context. Children cognitively transform their social experiences rather than internalize them. For qualitative versus quantitative, he believed that both of these developments are important throughout his research. For nature versus nurture, he believed that these intertwine with each other during development and they eventually form into one line of development for a child. They are both important to a child's development and their personality. What develops? Vygotsky's view is very wide-ranging on what develops in humans. There is no universal ideal outcome to development. So what are the common applications of his theory? With Vygotsky's zone of proximal development, he believed to take an approach of what children know and already understand, and then looking at what they can learn with help from adults. To the side, I included a picture of his theory of the zone of proximal development and to get a better look of what he was talking about. And then teaching and learning are a cooperative and collaborative pursuit that shifts from a teacher-led activity to the student's self-regulation. So evaluations of his theory, some strengths that with Vygotsky's theory is it gives the researchers a different perspective on huge developmental milestones in child development. He argued that learning pushes development in children and adults. For weaknesses, there are limitations to Vygotsky's concept of the zone, and it is also very vague, and there are problems of measurement in terms of how wide a child's zones may be. There is also a little description of context of children of different ages and their developmental issues and how it varies across cultures. And then this is the reference that I looked into. And that is it. Thank you very much.